What's up guys, Prime vs Prime back today with another video, this time covering some of the newly shown product images from DNA Design. Here I have an image of the DK16 Gear Masters accessory set, and that is exactly what this is. Unlike some of DNA Design's previous sets, I wouldn't necessarily say that this is an upgrade set, this is more of an additional accessory pack, which I actually think is a really nice route that DNA Designs are in fact taking, as it just allows for so many different opportunities for them to give us some additional accessories from some other characters. Another reason behind why this set is slightly different from some of their upgrade sets is because this set actually covers 3 different Transformers characters from the Studio series rather than focusing on just one. So in this set we do get enhancements, or I should say accessories, for both the Bumblebee, the newer Camaro version, Voyager class Sentinel Prime, which I was incredibly surprised to see an upgrade kit for him so soon, as well as a set of accessories that really and truly should have come out a very long time ago, that being for the Studio series Leader class Blackout. Personally for me, I actually really do like the route that they seem to be taking with these. All of these accessories here, besides I'd say the Bumblebee ones, are ones that I definitely welcome to some of my Studio Series figures, particularly the Sentinel Prime and Blackout. Kicking things off and taking a look at some of the accessories that will come out for the brand new Transformers Studio Series Sentinel Prime. You can see that in this image we do have an image of him wielding both the shield as well as the sword. Now the sword wasn't necessarily something I had so much of an issue with the actual original version. It was just mainly that he didn't include a shield. However, upon looking at the sword that this figure will come with, this is by far leaps and bounds more accurate than the original version that we got with this figure, and you can see that it's been decked out in a super nice silver paint deco. It even appears to have some really nice gold highlights throughout the center of it, and I love the metallic red that they've used as well. It looks like a spot-on color match for the actual very vibrant red that Sentinel was painted with himself. You can see all of the individual spikes that look on the blade. It looks incredibly accurate, really deadly with all of its jagged edges. And then just moving on to the shield. Personally for me, I don't think the shield actually looks too good. I think that the shield that will come out with the Jetwing Optimus Prime upgrade kit will probably suit Sentinel Prime better, so I'm not entirely sure as to why they have in fact included this shield, as I think, in my opinion, that it is a downgrade over that. But you can see that it is definitely better than not having no shield whatsoever, and it has also got some nice red and gold highlights throughout it as well. And it does actually look like quite a nice sculpt. You can also see that on the back of it you can in fact store the 2 vehicle mode pieces that made up the original sword, so that minimises any excess kibble just laying around on the shelves. You can in fact pack it all into this shield, and we have a really cool image of the vehicle mode utilising all of the different weapons as well. Taking a look at another accessory that this pack will also include, it is of course Sentinel Prime's Rust Cannon that we see him use throughout the movie, or most noticeably when he pulls it out and destroys Ironhide with it. Personally, I'm so happy that they included this, as that is a weapon that always seems to be lackluster with Sentinel Prime figures. I think we got something very vague to the design of it back in the original Dark of the Moon Voyager class toy line, but this looks a lot more accurate and definitely a lot more proportionate than that original MechTech weapon, and it also looks very accurate to what we see in the movie. It also appears as if though it has got quite an interesting design, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not this can actually transform in a way to help store it within vehicle mode, or perhaps be used as another shield, as it definitely does look as if though it has got various different parts to it. But once again, an accessory that I'm definitely very welcoming of, and one that I cannot wait to add on my figure. Flipping over to some of the accessories that come for the new Bumblebee, personally I think that this is one of the worst inclusions that DNA Designs have ever made. They're just so unnecessary and they look awful in my opinion. You can see that he will in fact come with these almost cover pieces to fill out the inner thigh, something which I didn't think was an issue at all, and these are just going to make for some rather clunky excess pieces that you're going to have to display on the back of Bumblebee within vehicle mode. He also comes with a few additional pieces actually that go into the feet, but once again, something which I do not think is what we asked for, nor what we really needed. And then finally we come to the missile pods. Now these are probably the only good thing about the accessories that we get for this Bumblebee, but once again, I don't think that these look overly detailed, and I think that the colour match is just awful. In the movie, they were nowhere near this silver nor this vibrant. I really think that casting them in the same sort of plastic that Sentinel is made out of, that almost greyish, darkish plastic, would have greatly amplified their presence on the figure. I just think that these look awful, they look incredibly out of place on this, and you can see the way that they store within the vehicle mode. They just hang out on the back, very ugly, very untidy, and in my opinion, very unnecessary. Just something that they've included, probably to inflate the overall price. However, DNA Designs sure win me over incredibly easily when I begin to take a look at some of the accessories that will come out for the Studio Series Leader Blackout. These all look fantastic and are by far the best inclusions within this set. These are probably the highlight for me, as the Leader Class Blackout from the Studio Series is one of my favourite leaders from this line of all time, and he's definitely up there in my top 10 list for the best Studio Series figures. We can see that he will in fact come with a vital accessory, that being the more proportionate, much significantly larger propeller blade that we see him use towards the final third act of the Transformers 2007 movie. This looks very detailed, the colour match looks perfect to the rest of the figure, and it will be fantastic if it can in fact spin. I do imagine that it will spin. There are no images showcasing that feature, but it would seem stupid if it didn't spin, so a great inclusion, and will definitely replace that awful rotor blade that we got as part of just the parts forming element where you could just pull off the back rotor blade and stick it onto the side of the arm. He'll also come with some more subtle accessories such as 2 machine guns on either side of his arm. We obviously see him use these in the beginning act of the 2007 movie when he takes down the military base. And then finally, a very small accessory that they've included, which is a great attention to detail, is actually the cannon that comes out of his chest. Now, this is very quickly damaged within the movie, but it was something that I really wished that the Studio Series figure could in fact include, as we never really got any firepower for Blackout. But with this new accessory, he's definitely decked out with both handheld weapons as well as weapons that consist of firearms, and I cannot wait to add these to my Blackout just to amplify the overall look. As a nice finishing touch, we can also swap out the hands for more articulated hands in order to get rid of the rather Muppet-esque type of hands that he originally had. So overall, for Blackout and Sentinel Prime, I think that this set is a win-win. However, for Bumblebee, I think that they should have just left those accessories. Those are not ones that I'm too keen on, nor ones that I'll probably be displaying on my figure, and I would have much rather have them perhaps included a shockwave blade in order to replace the rather rubbery one that came on the standard Hasbro version. So those were some of my initial thoughts on the newly shown product images by DNA Designs on their DK16 Gear Masters accessory set. Personally, I really do like the accessories that are coming out for both Sentinel Prime and Blackout. All of them I think are integral to the characters. I absolutely love the addition of the new sword as well as the rust cannon. The shield, whilst I don't think it is too accurate, and I think the Jetwing version will be sure to replacing this once I get my hands on it, I still think that it's quite a nice inclusion. I love the rotor blade that comes with Blackout. I think that that's a great inclusion. The articulated hands are a nice touch, as well as the blaster in the chest and the Gatling guns. As for Bumblebee, those are just dreadful accessories. The colour match is awful, just really pointless. I just don't get why they included them. I don't think that they're accessories that anyone really asked for, nor that anyone really needs. I would have much rather have them stuck in a shockwave blade and perhaps an interchangeable nozzle for Shockwave's cannons, so that you could perhaps exchange it with a plastic version rather than a rubbery version, but maybe we'll get that later down the line. The next set that I'll be looking for DNA Designs to in fact announce will of course be an upgrade set for Studio Series Devastator. It's very evident from these images that they are incredibly quick in getting upgrade pieces out, as Sentinel Prime was only released about a month ago, and already here we have some first images of some upgrade accessories, so I really cannot wait to see what they can bring out for Devastator. Be sure to let me know what you think of this DNA Design accessory pack and whether or not you'll be adding it to the collection, and let me know if you agree with my thoughts. Thanks for watching.